Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Rodman teams!
Never have I ever wanted to scream, "Buck, buck, buck, booyaka shot, boy!" as loud as I do right now.
Say, man. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Every so often you get tested to see where you are, and yeah.
Boy, if they only knew, if heads only knew how I felt about the rap game, they relocate and change their freaking names. Shouts out to Big Shug.
Wee.
Boy. It's been a tumultuous last 2 hours, but we here, man.
Indeed. And you know what? Life is for learning. So now we're more informed on that particular situation. So
we're better for it.
Yeah, we're better for it.
And better than you. And you know it.
Well, I can't even trip about it. We got what we were supposed to get out of that.
And you know what we paid for it?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
We lost 2 hours of our lives to learn that is an unwinnable situation. At least for the moment. We do have.
You know what we just learned? Something that TKO should have learned.
Oh, talk to the people.
Grass is not always greener just because it's cheaper.
Sometimes you just need some water. And in North Carolina, we're still in the drought, but it's closer to being over than we're closer to being deeper in it. Let the church say.
Hey, man.
No date check today. This is a timeless episode. Episode 272, because
if you fuck with me, shut the fuck up and listen to the bars.
If you heard episode 271, Suave and I broke down the MVPs of WrestleManias 1 through 21. And before we get into 22 through 42, including the multi-night WrestleManias, we must start by thanking those who paved the way and pay these bills. Serwin Vega Pro Audio, serwinvega.com. What up, Gary? What up, Henry? Motorcycle Audio, Nautical. Oh, no, sorry, we'll come back to that one. Motorcycle Audio, Pro Audio, Bluetooth Audio. Now we can talk about the Nautical Audio because where are we at?
On a boat!
Splash, 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 splash. Now,
swish.
I want you to
put some
really
bass in your face. Serwin Vega Audio.
There it is. Power Sports as well. I want you to understand something real quick. There is a Mother's Day, Memorial Day sale going on at serwinvega.com. There are a lot of items that are 25% off. If you click on the top right-hand corner of the upper half or the upper third, and on the hot links, everything from the 10-inch three-way wireless Bluetooth monitors that I use for this very show are on here. The new Vega Buds that are with the rechargeable case are on here. The new Vega Mini portable compact powerhouse Bluetooth speakers on here. Tons of amplifiers and 6x9s for your car, your boat, and also your Harley Davidsons also on here. That's not the important part. Oh, there are 3 pages of deals on here. Suave, the 8 inches that you use are actually on here as well.
Everybody gotta relax. You can't have what I have because you ain't did what I did to get what I got.
But hey, so I want you to cut, Suave. You might want to take your headphones off for this because I got something for the people. If you take this 25% off, figure out what you want, throw it in the cart. Also in the cart, put in BPBC. You will get an additional 10% off. Don't tell them I said it. I'm just letting it be known The Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop is giving you money.
Don't tell nobody.
And Gary and Henry will see this and they will understand what's happening when you stack those codes. And they're going to call us and they're going to talk to us. They're going to talk real greasy to us.
And we're just going to, we're going to stand on business because Pencil Pusher Nation, I mean,
gangrene. So, SerwinVega.com. Put some bass in your face with Serwin Vega.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to do my commercial.
Yeah, cut the check, man. Cut the check, because after too much longer with this,
Price just went up.
I had the shooter.
Also, Vida Hermosa Cigars, VitaHermosaCigars.com is the website. Vida Hermosa Cigars, it's a beautiful life. Cigar smoking is not a healthy alternative to smoking cigarettes. May 23rd, North Carolina, Seven Springs. We have the Norlina Smokeout, something special for the people that we throw in for the first time ever. And then from June the 4th to June the 7th, Oak City Cigar Festival, the second annual Oak City Cigar Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina. Vida Hermosa Cigars, It's a Beautiful Life, and Vida Hermosa Cigars on everything. Last and certainly not least, tinyurl.com/BPBC merch. Buy 4, the 5th's on me for free. Also, 20. What is this camera doing? Good Lord. 20% off of your purchase by entering the code BPBCBBG. BP Broken Pencil Booking Company Big Belt Giveaway. Throw that in the coupon code there, and we will get you a whopping. This thing is tripping, man. What is really happening here? We'll get you a whopping. It's like I'm in a video.
A music video right now. You're not focused.
This thing is tripping. 20%
What
off.
Hype Williams is going on here?
Yeah, the only thing I need here is tube lighting and some color. There we go. That's much better.
And a fisheye lens.
Right. It's some inverted contacts. Shouts out to Nas, rest in peace to Pipe Dog. There we go. All right. And DMX for that matter. All right. So we ran down the bill payers, right?
Yeah, I think everybody been paid.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into this shindig here.
Come on with it.
So, do you have the rundown for the previous 1 through 21 so we can bring the people up to speed and make sure that the new ones aren't left out?
Let me see if I did my due diligence.
If you don't, I have it right here.
Actually, I do have all. I don't have 19.
19.
Who we picked for WrestleMania 19?
Brock versus Angle.
Okay, I would have remembered that, but yeah, I got them all. So we want to run these down, or what we doing?
Yeah, we can run them down. We got to keep people up to speed, but you can go back and listen to the why behind the what. Because we're going to explain it here too, but it sounds different when you hear the whole conversation because you're going to have some polarized opinions about it.
Facts. Going in order, starting with WrestleMania 1. Mr. T and Good Try Terry versus Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. WrestleMania 2, we chose the Battle Royal. WrestleMania 3, we chose Good Try Terry versus Andre the Giant. WrestleMania 4, the entire tournament itself. WrestleMania 5, Good Try Terry versus Randy Savage. WrestleMania 6, Good Try Terry versus The Ultimate Warrior. WrestleMania 7, Randy Savage versus The Ultimate Warrior.
Honorable mention, Undertaker.
Oh, yeah, I ain't write down an honorable mention.
Okay, that's what the HM
He
is.
honorably mentioned him on 271. That's why they got to go back and listen to that.
There it is. You're right.
WrestleMania 8, Ric Flair versus Randy Savage. WrestleMania 9, the Steiners versus the Head Shrinkers.
Man,
WrestleMania 10.
Listen, you don't understand. Go back to 9 again, Suave.
WrestleMania 9, the Steiner brothers versus the Head Shrinkers.
I need you to go back and listen to the breakdown of that one and think about who's involved with that and why it's important right now. Continue.
WrestleMania 10, Razor Ramon versus HBK. WrestleMania 11, Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow. WrestleMania 12, The Undertaker versus Diesel, aka Kevin Nash. WrestleMania 13, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart. WrestleMania 14, Shawn Michaels versus Steve Austin. WrestleMania 16, the main event 4-way, the McMahon family saga.
Well, go back to 15. You missed 15.
What was 15?
Austin Rock.
Oh, I didn't even write that bit down. But
Check your messages. I just sent it to you.
I'm reading my own notes.
My bad. Your notes are horrible. Continue.
You don't fucking mean that. Just stop saying random shit, man. Look, with the world we live in right now, it's enough people saying random bullshit without you jumping in and adding your 14 cents.
If you fuck with me, shut the fuck up and listen to the bars.
Like I had said before, 15, Austin and The Rock. 16, the 4-way, the McMahon family drama, invitational apparently. WrestleMania 17, the TLC match,
or X7 for the diehard. Listen. I'm not sharpshooting you on that one, but I'm just telling you, some people refer to that as X7. So go ahead.
Those type of people don't use deodorant.
Hey, didn't we talk about these people before?
We talk about these people all the time because we're not one of them.
I'm talking about the ones that in wrestling events.
Yeah, I'm same.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, we talk about those people all the time because we're not them. I love to be clean. I love to smell good. I love to look nice.
And I know, just like I can speak for your wife when I say my wife loves to just walk up to me, smell me, and be like,
"Say, do you hear me?"
It's a vibe. Continue.
I can hit an inside the park home run with the right cologne.
Talk to me, man.
Say, listen. As you can see from the way my beard is glistening, I am very much into self-care.
I wish y'all could see the glisten with all this gray, but you can't. But I digress. It's just know that it's groomed up. Continue.
Soon in 4K with Bluetooth technology. WrestleMania 18, Good Try Terry and The Rock. Yes, I know some people have called that X8, but those people.
No, we don't. Nope. Definitely 18.
WrestleMania 19, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. WrestleMania 20. John Cena versus The Big Show. WrestleMania 21, the Money in the Bank match.
Good job, Suave. There it is.
Now, so those are MVPs. We're not choosing main events.
These aren't the best matches of the night. They are the MVPs.
Most valuable. And what do we mean when we say valuable? What did that match provide for the future?
Long-term benefit, long-term playability.
Who came out of that match and then ran off and got some money? What move happened that changed something? Like what concept was introduced that changed the course of the industry? Somebody went over, somebody went under, somebody got over. All of these things, revenue. All these things come into consideration when we're choosing the MVP of a night.
And with that said, we can start off today's episode with WrestleMania 22.
We're going to start this thing off right.
Often heralded as the end of the Attitude Era.
Okay.
It's just like, okay, let's run down the card here real quick so you can kind of see what's going on. ECW is on the way back in a different form, and the diehard ECW fans don't like it at all because Vince is running it.
Because it's ECW in name only.
In name only, and the fact that Heyman has his presence there, but that's pretty much all where we're at. but
You
you kind of see the
you tried to-
direction.
You tried to put baking soda in Blue Magic pouch and get away with it.
You can't stretch this dope.
It's good enough like it is.
Yeah. So the match starts off, or the show starts off with an interpromotional battle royal that includes Snitsky, Simon Dean, Rob Conway, Funaki, Road Warrior Animal, who was then only known as the Road Warrior, Tyson Tomko, Joey Mercury, Johnny Nitro, Psychosis, the newly retired Trevor Murdoch, Eugene, aka Nick Dinsmore, William Regal, Super Crazy, Goldust, Matt Striker, Steven Richards, Lance Cade, and was won by Viscera, aka Big Daddy V.
Well, when I tell you I was waiting for a name to come off of that list that made me give a damn about that match, and it never happened. It's a lot of random, like, my God. Oh, hey, some people here for a good time, not a long time.
As evidenced by this battle royal.
Tell me about it.
We also have, starting off the show, your World Tag Team Champions, Big Show and Kane, taking on Carlito and Chris Masters. I wish these are things I wish we didn't live for, because we could play You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win with just the cards.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Go back in time, look at some old cards from a random pay-per-view and pick the winners.
You know a great company to do that with would be TNA.
Dead ass. Oh my God. Or like the last 2 years, last 2 years of WCW, you can probably get away with that.
It's like 05 to like 2012 at TNA. You could pick literally anyone that you did not see and be honest about it.
Right.
Oh,
Do it with some mid-2000s Ring of Honor.
oh man, like Cornette Flair era Ring of Honor.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh boy, yeah, that would put a pin in that, Suave. All right, keep going.
Oh boy.
Rob Van Dam defeats Bobby Lashley, Fit Finlay, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair, and Shelton Benjamin in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
That is one of the oddest combinations for a ladder match.
And this was the precursor to Robbie Two Belts, and then he tests positive and become Robbie No Belt and Robbie No Job.
It wasn't even a positive test. He got pulled over with it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
him and his smoking buddy, Sabu.
JBL taking on the Unmentionable in the U.S. title match. Edge and Mick Foley in a hardcore match. The Boogeyman and Booker T with Queen Sharmell in his corner in the intergender handicap match. Mickey James and Trish Stratus for the WWE Women's Championship. This was pretty much the we already had been to the end of the women's era, but this was pretty much the precursor to the Divas era here. Because Trish Stratus and Lita had already happened. Undertaker versus Mark Henry in the casket match. You already know who won that one. Like, there's no, like, if you got to ask who won that one, slap yourself and probably start over from episode 1 of BPBC. Shawn Michaels versus Mr. McMahon in a no holds barred match with Shane McMahon at ringside. Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle, Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle, John Cena and Triple H.
Ain't that Rey Mysterio? Ain't that a triple threat?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, good call. Randy Orton, World Heavyweight Championship match. Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton in a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship.
It's because it's a main event. We all know I know my main events.
Yep. And this is the first WrestleMania for Rey Mysterio after the passing of Eddie Guerrero.
So I'm torn on MVP for this, and not so much torn. It was more like an honorable mention. My MVP, now that I'm thinking about it, putting 2 and 2 together, it's the triple threat with Rey Mysterio.
That's actually who I have, and I'm glad you mentioned triple threat because I sure as hell forgot about Randy Orton. But continue.
We should never forget about Randy Orton, and you know how difficult it is for me to have come to a point where I'm saying that.
It was just a few. It was all a dream. It was all good just a week ago.
Once upon a time, maybe not, but now, yeah, you can't forget the guy. There was a lot of money made on the back of the end of this, even though Rey Mysterio was not booked as a even really competitive champion. I think as world heavyweight champion, he might have taken more L's or what's the other word? Not sentimental, but he got a lot of moral victories.
Yeah, period moral victories.
But a lot of merchandise got sold, a lot of masks. Of course, you're gonna open up Mexico if Rey is champion. This is pretty much the cosign that made him first ballot Hall of Famer. No questions. Even though I feel like he would have been a Hall of Famer before that anyway. The World Heavyweight Championship and the main event of a WrestleMania pretty much puts that stamp on you. Like,
correct me if I'm wrong, but Ray had 2 exits from WWE before his current run. One to go to Ring of Honor and another one with Lucha Underground. Is that
sounds about right?
Yeah. And so Ray putting his stock up away from WWE, considering his size, is phenomenal because people want to forget this. He was forced to unmask in WCW, lose the junior, and come back as Rey Mysterio in WWE as if the mask never came off.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
And we're talking almost 25 years back under the mask in a 35-year career. That is insane.
They can't fire him because, okay, you remember when Cena cut the promo about Roman, I'm still here because you can't do your job? That was really supposed to be Rey Mysterio talking to every other luchador that's ever been signed by WWE. I'm still here because you can't do your job. They'll fire that man. They will book him down and just, you can't do it.
This man is literally the voiceover English translation for backstage vignettes in AAA.
I wish I could name all the luchadors that have been in WWE over the last 20, 30 years. And none of them have been able to take Rey's spot. You got Sin Cara. Del Rio didn't have a mask on, but I'm sure he was part of that plan too. Any of the Mexicools.
Andrade.
Yes.
Twice.
Much later.
Twice.
Yes, twice.
And Del Rio, 3 times?
Yeah, I don't remember how many times he's been through.
I would say at least 3.
Everybody in Lucha House Party.
Man.
Santos Escobar. Hector Garza. Carrillo.
Yeah, Humberto Carrillo.
What's my guy? Damn it.
TJP, if you want to count him, because he spent time in Mexico.
Is he of Latin descent?
Depends on who you ask. He's Filipino.
I ain't trying to look up his.
I mean, you know the story of the Philippines, so I mean, one could say yes, one could say no. It's a fair. It's a fair assessment, regardless. We don't want to get into the history of genetics in this bit.
TJP, I see where you're going with that. I already mentioned Sin Cara. What was my dude that was riding? Was it El Hunico or
Hunico is one of that, but that's you're talking about riding with Hunico, that's Tangaloa.
Right, they had him riding riding.
What you call him? What they call him in Oakland? Scrapers.
on the scraper, yeah, like they have just brought in luchador after masked wrestler after masked wrestler, thinking that either you're going to replace Rey Mysterio Jr. or you're going to have someone who has enough juice.
That was a good one.
Have enough juice or have enough, wherewithal, personality to assume that role as the individual who was going to bring in the Hispanic demographic.
And then you
Penta,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna say Penta and Rey Fenix are the newest additions to that experiment. Penta probably has a better chance than most to actually accomplish that.
And considering what Penta has already done, like Penta's already a multi-time world champion without a tag belt. And he's also multi-time world tag team champion with his brother.
And then let's just keep it G. Rey Mysterio got a job till he decide he don't want one.
Man.
He's the GOAT. Greatest luchador of all time.
I'll stop you when you start lying.
So, I mean, hey, already a Hall of Famer. At this point, we just on cruise control. So whenever he decides he's done, that's when we will evaluate trying to air quotes replace him, because at this point, the leading candidate came out of his house anyway.
Man.
Like, if we keeping it G, but there's that.
All right, so let's fast forward to 23. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up real quick. We already know Randy Orton's pedigree. We already know Kurt Angle's pedigree.
We do.
Between Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio on the singles tip, we're talking upwards of 25 world championships between all three of them. And Kurt Angle's exodus was not long after this pay-per-view for him to go to TNA and become the juggernaut that he was, to have the best portion of his wrestling career.
I'm the juggernaut.
Sidebar on that too. There is an anthology of Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle in TNA available on YouTube. I highly encourage you go check it out. It's the full match. It is
so blasphemous to say that while we're doing what we're doing.
It may be so. However, this shows you the impact of this match versus the other matches on the card.
Indeed. So I'll just say, because we agree who the MVP is. I'll say my honorable mention was going to be Mick Foley and Edge, because Edge was exponentially stock up after that.
And
you can never sell enough Cactus Jack t-shirts.
And I'm going to say Foley became a figurehead not long after that.
I mean, this is like Foley was already where he needed to be. Like, you had people in crowds with signs that said Foley is God. Everything he's doing at this point is just like window dressing, extra entries into a raffle he already won.
And that was 8 years after he got deaded by The Undertaker off the top of the Hell in a Cell.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, insane. 23 is up next. Dark match had Ric Flair versus Carlito. Ric Flair and Carlito in a tag team taking on Gregory Helms and Chavo in a lumberjack match.
Well, the beginning of this Ruthless Aggression era is rough.
Man.
Matter of fact, is this Ruthless Aggression?
Right at the tippy top, and you'll see how.
Yeah, because Cena's here. It is Ruthless Aggression.
Yep. And the Unmentionables on this card.
Yeah, this is like the first 5-year window of Ruthless Aggression.
Yep. Money in the Bank ladder match. CM Punk, Orton, Finley, Hardy, Booker T, Jeff Hardy, and Edge, with Mr. Kennedy winning the Money in the Bank, who was the first person to successfully not cash in the Money in the Bank. As he, Kennedy! Great Khali and Kane. The Unmentionable versus MVP.
Ooh.
Undertaker and Batista, title versus streak. Undertaker gets the World Heavyweight Championship out of it, obviously. In the 8-man tag match, you had the new breed of Elijah Burke, a.k.a. the Pope now, Marcus Corvon, better known to most people as Monty Brown.
Pounds.
Wait for it.
Period.
Matt Striker and Kevin Thorne versus Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, and the Sandman, also known as the ECW Originals.
My God.
Melina and Ashley in a Lumberjill match for the WWE Women's Championship. John Cena versus Shawn Michaels for the WWE Championship. And the Battle of the Billionaires, hair versus hair match. Special guest referee Stone Cold officiates. Bobby Lashley on behalf of our current president versus Umaga on behalf of Mr. McMahon with Armando Alejandro Estrada. This is painful. This is painful.
Right, because you just read the MVP.
This is painful.
Shaving McMahon's head, that's a WrestleMania moment that just will be.
This is where we got Do-Rag Dynasty Vince. And I don't care who you are, what you've done, but to become a WWE Hall of Famer and then to not once, but twice become the ruler of the most powerful nation in the world. Does it get any bigger than that, Suave?
There is no more stock up. Like, yeah, you can't maneuver stock up any more than that. Like, we're doing reality shows around this time. Like,
your stock is up. Your stock.
The boy got his own money.
Fuel prices at an all-time high.
Bruh. So
DC residents are getting his face on passports. Jesus. It hurts.
Hair versus hair is the MVP. I didn't hear anything that was remotely close. I guess you could probably say Cena and Michaels because it's further pushing the brand of Cena forward.
It also it keeps the solidification of Mr. WrestleMania here, as he had a losing record at WrestleMania. Let the record reflect.
But the amount of press that was generated from the MVP that we chose, press going into it, both talents were stock up after that. Nobody just had a complete fall off. Bobby Lashley went on to be a multiple time world champion,
undefeated in MMA.
Right. Unfortunately, we lost Umaga way too soon, so we didn't get to see the full potential of everything he could be.
But his legacy lives on, and we'll see him on TV soon.
These are truths. So, yeah, I mean, hair versus hair is the MVP, and
I hate it.
I mean, look, let that be proof positive that we are objective beyond the shadow of a doubt.
We can't go back on our own laurels because of how we feel. Because fuck your feelings. We trying to get this money.
Don't tell me how you feel. Tell me what you know.
WrestleMania 24.
Only us in the culture know it.
Oh man, this one starts off. I did it before. I got to do it again. It only makes sense. This one starts off in the pre-show battle royal, just to get people hooked. The winner of this championship, the winner of this battle royal, is the number one contender for the ECW title. Mm-hmm. In this match, Snitsky, Tommy Dreamer, Mark Henry, Hardcore Holly, the Great Khali, Jamie Noble Boy, Jimmy Wang Yang, Jesse, aka of Jesse and Festus, Chuck Palumbo, Val Venus, Trevor Murdoch, Festus also in here. Luke Gallows, for those not in the know. The Brian Kendrick, Lance Cade, Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Deuce and Domino, Stevie Richards and Elijah Burke, along with The Miz and Shannon Moore and Kane and Mark Henry. Kane eliminates Mark Henry to become the number one contender for the ECW championship. In a Belfast brawl, JBL is just doing a tour of duty at this point. JBL and Finley with Hornswoggle at ringside. Money in the Bank ladder match. Nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense with this one. Holy hell. John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin, the gold standard Shelton Benjamin, Chris Jericho, Carlito, Montel Vontavious Porter, Mr. Kennedy.
Wait for it.
Kennedy. Were all defeated by CM Punk. Umaga is defeated by Batista in a Battle for Brand Supremacy singles match. Battle for Brand Supremacy, not Supremacy. For the ECW Championship, your champion, Chavo Guerrero, is defeated by Kane, who won his way in through the Battle Royal earlier in the night. Career match, retirement match, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. I'm Sorry, I Love You comes to mind.
Right.
And a Playboy Bunny Mania Lumberjill match, which signifies the heart of the Divas era.
Good God.
Beth Phoenix and Melina with Santino Marella at ringside, taking on Maria and Ashley with Snoop Dogg at ringside. And in the Lumberjills were Eve Torres, Jillian Hall, Cherry of Deuce and Domino, Katie Lee Burchell, Maurice, Layla, Kelly, Michelle McCool, Mickey James, and Victoria.
It's tough. How we made it through this era of this stretch of WrestleManias, I always tell you this is like a dark patch. Like I know all the main events, of course, but yeah, there's not a lot going on right now.
Triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton defeats Triple H and John Cena. Big Show gets knocked out by Floyd Money Mayweather. And for the World Heavyweight Championship, Undertaker defeats defeats Edge.
Who you got?
Because this is the only thing that gets referenced in this WrestleMania, I got HBK versus Ric Flair. It's the only lasting impression that comes out of this out of this lineup.
I can see that.
It could be argued that CM Punk and winning the Money in the Bank ladder match would be the MVP.
That's probably your answer. Simply because, look what CM Punk went on to be for WWE, then for the wrestling industry, then for AEW, then for WWE again.
All right, so Ric Flair going Ric Flair. Shawn Michaels is running NXT. Cool.
You got a million memories of either one that you could use, but like
I'm sorry, go ahead, Swah.
I'm just saying, other than a super emotional retirement video package, like what did you get? Like what type of stock up did we have after that? Like we had something that we could always go back and watch again, but Michaels is in full. Are we in full bald spot mode with HBK?
Absolutely. With the I love you, absolutely.
Then we're well into AARP territory with Flair at this time.
Flair left and went to TNA after this. Are you kidding me?
We didn't sell no extra merch after this. We didn't. Yeah, we got a really good goodbye speech. Like we had a perfect retirement for a guy who didn't retire yet. he ain't retired yet. He's had a match in the last 3 years?
4 years, yeah, with the t-shirt on.
I mean, he closed down Nitro with a t-shirt on, so I ain't even finna.
But he was also at the crib too, collecting the check. So, however,
time for him to put that phone down though.
Oh,
somebody
man.
needs to monitor it, but different story.
So CM Punk winning Money in the Bank has him going to win his first WWE World Championship. And if you want to grasp at straws and not count the 10 years of WWE absence, fine. But within that, he had 2 MMA losses in the UFC and won 3 AEW world titles. Touch grass on that one.
Couple TV shows, couple movies, couple comic books.
Oh man, I mean, I'm still tripping off Heels being like up in limbo because Heels is fire.
And as we can see, that value still carried over in WWE once he came back. So that he
carried over. This man's a Hall of Man. This man just main evented his first WrestleMania.
That's what I was getting at. His second WrestleMania in consecutive years. So I think we made the right choice by going with him at this point. That was the easy makeup for a faux pas there. So yeah, I'm with you. 25. This is gonna be a real easy one here. I keep telling people I was actually here. I was there for it. I could beat my chest on the fact that the only WrestleMania I went to had arguably the greatest match of WrestleMania history. Arguably, it's another conversation for another day. Let's run down the card though, because this card was jam packed. I mean, now granted, they were advertising this as the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, which is a faux pas. It's simply the 25th WrestleMania. They are not the same thing. However, do your math on that one. If your maths, then you know that's absolutely true. The very first match was pre-show match. Carlito and Primo Colon taking on Morrison and John Morrison and Miz, or Eminem, Miz and Morrison, in a lumberjack match to unify the WWE and World Tag Team Champions. Unity.
And this match, like as far as the lumberjacks, you had R-Truth, Shad Gaspard, Tommy Dreamer, Vladimir Kozlov, Zack Ryder, William Regal, The Brian Kendrick, Kurt Hawkins, Charlie Haas, Dolph Ziggler, Evan Bourne, Ezekiel Jackson, Goldust, Gregory Helms, or Hurricane Helms, excuse me, Jack Swagger, Jamie Noble Boy, Jimmy Wayne Yang, JTG, Mike Knox, Paul Burchill, and the Great Khali. That is a who's who of all over the place there.
Boy.
Let's see here. Of those, you only have one Hall of Fame. Did Tommy Dreamer's on the Hall of Fame yet, is he? What about Regal?
I don't think so.
So of all those,
it's a travesty if Regal isn't.
If of all those, it looks like Shad Gaspard, for the wrong reasons, is the only Hall of Famer.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see here.
See this main card hitting for.
Well, I was waiting to make sure I was on pace. Okay, second year in a row, Money in the Bank ladder match. Christian, Finley, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry with Tony Atlas at ringside. MVP, Gold Standard, Shelton Benjamin, and your winner for the second year in a row, the only consecutive Money in the Bank winner, CM Punk. What about that stock up from the last one?
See?
Which
one of those cash-ins got us Straight Edge Society? The first one or the second?
The second one.
Cool.
The second one. The Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal. In the match, I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a second. In the match, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Alicia Fox, Eve Torres, Gail Kim, Jackie Gator, aka Miss Charlie Haas, Jillian Hall, Joy Giovanni, Katie Lee Burchill, Kelly Kelly, Layla L, Maria, Maurice Willette, Melina, Michelle McCool, Mickey James, Molly Holly, Natalia, Rosa Mendez, Sunny, Tiffany, Tori Wilson, Victoria, May Young is a special guest timekeeper, Beth Phoenix, but your winner, to whom I looked at in the ring when I started watching the match. I was probably knee deep into my first beer at this point. Yo, that's an ugly broad. Who is that? Yo, that's Santino. No, that's a woman. Not with that beard. That's Santino. Look at him.
With that 5 o'clock shadow.
Santina Morella wins the Battle Royal for Miss WrestleMania.
That's crazy.
Holy hell. In a handicap elimination match, Jimmy Snuka, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Roddy Piper, they all defeated by Chris Jericho. And this was your way to get Ric Flair into WrestleMania. In an Extreme Rules match, Matt Hardy defeats Jeff Hardy. Rey Mysterio defeats JBL. John Cena defeats The Big Show and Edge, with Vicky Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero at ringside in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. In the false finish Grand Prix, Triple H defeated Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. But man, the MVP. Arguably the greatest match of all time. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker.
I mean, I don't have an option B. I don't. That card is rough. Like, how are we getting through these?
This was a very bad time for TV. In fact,
this is that BitTorrent era too. Like,
this is definitely the BitTorrent era. I remember watching Monday Night Raw via BitTorrent during this era. The reality TV era had started because all the writers went on strike.
Man,
we're talking like 2-3 years nonstop of Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, I Love New York.
Oh my God,
In and Out of Love, crazy.
Stallionaires.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What you know about the Stallionaires?
Rest in peace to what's to do with the horse ponytail?
What?
It was Chance's brother.
I can't remember his name right now.
See.
I don't want to look it up.
He deserves. If I'm going to say rest in peace, he deserves. He deserves.
It's nothing against him. It's just I'm not trying to go back down that rabbit hole. Like they've canceled all of that stuff. So I just want to leave it where it is. Some of it I really used to watch, and then I realized like it's the equivalent of brain rot.
Real. There you go. That's his name. I'm gonna give it to him.
Chance and Real. There it is.
Yeah. But yeah, Triple H. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, and I mean, you just gotta watch it. Like if you don't appreciate it, I need to know your top 5.
I really can't even think of anybody that generated more funding. Okay.
Between the two competitors?
No. I'm just saying.
Oh, I would say sheesh. I mean, because that's a high number too.
Because I mean, you could say CM Punk continued stock up, but we already gave that. No, here's what I can say. HBK Taker garnered enough buzz that you were able to come back with that as a main event a year later. So they put butts in seats, they generated funding. So boom, I'm cool with it. Next WrestleMania.
Next WrestleMania is gonna be 26 from Phoenix. We outside and up in this simultaneously.
Facts.
This is after Houston WrestleMania or Houston for 25. WrestleMania decided to go bigger and better in terms of the stadium size, just for the sake of we can. I mean, and it worked. But then there's these cards. There's these cards.
This is that era of like, you watch WrestleMania, it might be 10, 12 matches on the card, and you really here for like 3 of them. Like, it's 3 of them that's finna deliver.
Yeah, man.
And you might get lucky and catch another 2 that outperform or outkick their coverage. But boy,
yeah, man. Okay, all right. I'm.
Yeah, The longer you wait, the longer it's gonna bother you. You're gonna have to read the card.
I'm going with the pre-show match, which is a battle royal.
Please, stop. No more pre-show. Stop it.
You don't want to hear the names on this. You want to talk about how rough this time is. You don't want to hear the names on this battle royal.
I mean, not particularly.
I got to get the people what they don't want.
See,
Zack Ryder, Mike Knox.
That is a great producer name.
Shout out Scott Knox, great MC name.
What up?
Finley, Carlito,
Findo,
Vance Archer.
Why would you change one letter? See, petty for no reason.
Well, I mean, not for nothing. Before that, it was Lance Hoyt in TNA. So, yeah.
Still.
Jimmy Wayne Yang, Santino Marella, William Regal, a man who's not even a man anymore, Tyler Rex.
Yo, take it easy.
I'm telling the truth. If you don't Google it.
I know what you're talking about.
Kalen Croft, who Trent Beretta, Chavo Jr., Chavito.
Chavo.
Hey, wait, what's his name? Kerwin White.
Sorry. No.
Mark Henry, the Great Khali, Luke Gallows, JTG, Chris Masters, Tyson Kidd, David Hart Smith, Vladimir Kozlov, the Slam Master J, Primo Cologne, Goldust, Kung Fu Naki, bro. This is the time we were in, and your winner by eliminating Zack Ryder, Yoshitatsu. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry, I had to put you through it, but yeah. For the unified WWE Tag Team Championships, Show Miz taking on John Morrison and R-Truth. Randy Orton defeats Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. For everybody to get rid of Legacy, put it on their backs, get out of here.
I remember that.
Money in the Bank ladder match. Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Evan Bourne, Kane. The chosen one, Drew McIntyre, Evan Bourne, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Matt Hardy, MVP, the Gold Standard, Shelton Benjamin, Christian, and defeated by Jack Swagger. Sheamus defeated by Triple H. Straight Edge Society CM Punk with Luke Gallows and Serena at ringside. If CM Punk won, he would have had to have Rey Mysterio join the SCS. Needless to say, Rey Mysterio won. And a no-holds-barred lumberjack match with special guest referee Bruce Hart, Mr. McMahon, and Bret Hart. Take 10 guesses and the first 9 don't count as to who won that one and how. For the World Heavyweight Championship, Chris Jericho versus Edge in the Battle for Canada. In a 10 Diva tag team match, Alicia Fox, Layla, and Michelle McCool as Lay Cool, Maurice Willette, and Vicky Guerrero defeat Beth Phoenix, Eve Torres, Gail Kim, Kelly Kelly, and Mickie James. John Cena defeats Batista for the WWE Championship. And in the main event, which shows you how much stock this championship had at the time, for no DQ, career versus streak, HBK versus The Undertaker. And you know what happened there.
Who was Cena's match with?
Batista. This was the era of the back and forth with Batista and John Cena right before Batista went off to make his first movie. And Batista had I think it was the pay-per-view after WrestleMania where they had the the last man standing match.
I do remember that when Cena F5'd him through the staging.
Yes, and then I think used duct tape in the corner.
Oh, that's okay. Different one then. So that's
because the duct tape in the corner was the one that caused Batista to quit the first time.
Yeah, that was an incredibly clever finish.
He figurated the duct tape on the bottom turnbuckle.
That was hilarious. I'll let you pick. I got nothing.
Solidifying the streak as something that was like pretty much unbreakable at that point, because you had the person who was not labeled as Mr. WrestleMania be retired by the person who was the most unbeatable person in WWE history at WrestleMania, The Undertaker.
You're right. The streak is a bona fide attraction on its own at this point. We can generate a main event off the streak by itself. Both champions could break both legs in back-to-back nights, and guess what? We still got a main event.
There you go.
Go.
Next up,
boy, these 20s is rough.
Yeah, WrestleMania 27. Let's see what we have here.
Shouldn't that be like Miz and Cena in the main event?
It seems legit. We ain't too far off from any of that. I think we probably knee deep in it at that point. Boom! Look at you, Miz and Cena in the main event. No way. I'm saying that one's going to be the MVP. No way. I'm saying Snooki, John Morrison, and Trish Stratus against Lay Cool and Dolph Ziggler is going to be in the MVP. There's no way in hell that Michael Cole being defeated by Jerry Lawler with Stone Cold as special guest referee.
Heel Cole with the penalty box. Ha!
Man, no way that the new Nexus being at ringside or being banned from ringside for CM Punk versus Randy Orton with no title on the line is the MVP. Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Santino taking on the Core, a faction consisting of Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, and Justin Gabriel.
Yeah, they just restarted Nexus with a different name.
The Core of Nexus with Ezekiel Jackson. So, little known fact, in case you are under a rock or just don't give a shit, Ezekiel Jackson, the very last ECW world champion, the only person to never defend the ECW title after winning it, because ECW closed after that, became NXT. The reality show, not the organization. Cody Rhodes defeating Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship early on in the show. The matter of fact, it kicked off the show with Brodus Clay and Ricardo Rodriguez in tow. Alberto Del Rio loses the World Championship to Edge. And there is also a lumberjack match at the pre-show, as well as a 23-man battle royal in the pre-show. I'm not running down the names. You know who they are. We've been through this at this point.
Please and thank you. I appreciate you. That first match you read, when you started going through who wasn't going to be MVP, who was that again?
Miz with Alex Riley versus John Cena, and it's the Miz's first World Championship.
I'm gonna keep it G with you. That's going to be the MVP unless you can change my mind. And I have a real reason that makes a whole lot of sense. But go ahead. Who's your MVP for 27?
I had Taker and Triple H. No holds barred, and Undertaker Brennan with the Hell's Gate.
Okay. I would probably lean towards that more so for match of the night. match of the year candidate. Here's why Cena versus Miz is, for me, the MVP. You solidify Miz as a main event player, even though it's for a very short amount of time.
Okay.
You validate his title reign by having him retain at WrestleMania, even though everyone was absolutely convinced that John Cena would be champion again. You have the involvement of The Rock.
Ooh.
So this is the first time you get a WrestleMania host. The Rock is involved. The Rock and John Cena are going back and forth, beginning the early stages of their rivalry.
Because the main event ended with a double countout for the World Championship.
Because Miz bounced his head off concrete.
And knocked himself unconscious on accident.
Fam, that is one of the ugliest falls. Like, it's a cringy one, because it's like, damn, that could have went really, really, really wrong. It went bad by itself, but it could have been worse. But you got your next 2 WrestleMania main events out of that one match. For me, there's your MVP. Commerce was made based upon this match and all of its moving parts.
Multiple reality shows. In fact, he started on a reality show, the original reality show. So we can't take that stock and say that his stock up on the reality show because of what he did beforehand. However, he met his wife working in WWE, elevated her to Hall of Fame status.
Several title reigns in his favor.
Several title reigns in his favor.
So it's like you solidified him as a player, and he's still there.
And I'll tell you this. I'm jumping off the Undertaker bandwagon for this one because I keep forgetting the heat that he had with Daniel Bryan over the Intercontinental Championship when Daniel Bryan was out after he quote unquote retired the first time. That was some must-watch television. What Miz did for that title in his career during that run was greater than anything he ever did for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we don't get that. We don't get the privilege of seeing that if he never wins a World Championship. And this is the one that got him there, even though it was 10 years later when that happened. I'm good with Miz and John Cena because we know where John Cena is with this one. Good one, Swab. Good one.
I do what I can to give back.
All right, man. 28. Let's do it because we about to get into the thick of things. We get into the territory where we ain't got to run down the whole card.
Ooh wee. Close.
Who got involved in 27? Who was the host of 27?
Senior Dwayne Johnson.
Where are we for 28?
Miami.
In his backyard.
I mean, when he just, all of that.
This one had an hour worth of top tier matches between 2 matches. And let's see.
I have a sleeper for MVP, so I'm just waiting to kind of hear how this plays out.
All right, I'm gonna run you down the meat of the card. Pause. No pre-show.
Okay.
The sleeper is, I think what you're calling the sleeper is actually the first match of the night. One of the shortest matches in WrestleMania history. Mm-hmm. At the point, the shortest match to win the world for a world title. This match kicks off with AJ Lee in the corner of one devilishly heel Daniel Bryan, hated by the masses, to get bro kicked by Sheamus for Sheamus to win his first world championship in 18 seconds. And
I think that's his second. He beat Cena for his first.
Okay, my bad. Run it back. My bad.
Yeah, they had a tables match and Cena slipped and fell off the top rope. and yeah, that happened.
And the crazy thing is, Sheamus is not good, like for wrestling, if he doesn't have a championship. He was world championship material when he came in, and later in his career, he never sniffed it again. Like, closest we got to anything remotely close to that was him being taken out of the My Time Is Now tournament.
He works well as like a final boss. He worked really well as a heel, as a final boss holding a championship. So like him as Intercontinental Championship on an extended reign, I could definitely see that, being a good situation.
Yeah.
Now he's one of the Banger Bros, pause, and he's just good for Irish strong style.
He really should. They should really bring back, especially with this influx of, like, you got Finn, you got JD, you got Sheamus, you got the Los Nuevos Americanos. The European Championship right now would be fire. Or the
I've been said they should have ganged up all of those people that you named, like Drew, Finn, JD, Sheamus, all those of that ilk, and put them in a faction, call them Fight Club.
Yep. I mean, you'd have a sports entertainment version. I'm sorry, I won't even do that to him. A British strong style bare knuckles version of the Blackpool Combat Club or Death Grip Society. Whatever.
There you go.
Yeah.
What Blackpool Combat Club was supposed to be.
And you get Mr. Blackpool himself.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, okay. Kane and Orton, Big Show and Cody for the Intercontinental Championship. Triple H and Undertaker in the end of an era Hell in the Cell match with Shawn Michaels inside the cell as the special guest referee. That was a moment, but it literally was the end of an era.
Yeah, it was properly named.
Yeah. 12-man tag to determine the general manager of both Raw and SmackDown. Take 10 guesses who's in this match. I'm talking about as far as for contending for general manager.
At that time, I mess around, be Brad Maddox. I don't know.
This is the whole era of ending it with a tag team match. Player, CM Punk
from a company that hates tag team wrestling.
Man, CM Punk, Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship, and if Punk were disqualified, he would have lost the championship. And then in the main event, Rock versus Cena, which was supposed to be once in a lifetime.
So, who you got? My dark horse is starting to stand out a little bit more. Who you got?
I got Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus.
I'm with you.
Sheamus went on to become a fabled, just a beat up, bang up guy. Like, it started with him the way he quote unquote crippled Jamie Noble. I'll never forget the way Jamie Noble cried when he quote unquote got his back broke by Sheamus on Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan wasn't viable as a world champion, even though he was a Ring of Honor champion. He wasn't viable as a world champion until he lost this match.
This is the box of matches that started the Yes Movement.
This is it. It literally started right here.
So for that reason, yeah, that's the MVP for me.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Everybody was tremendously stock up behind this. Like, even though Sheamus is at the twilight of his career, if we saw him on TV, we wouldn't be mad at him again unless it was a match with Randy Orton, because there was a whole movement when there was that match with Randy Orton with Sheamus, and we just couldn't stand it. In fact, the hijacking of Raw after Mania happened because of Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Amazing how that works.
When the wrestling community was really, really just, giving Randy a hard time, they called him Rest Hold Randy and some more. Really, everybody relax.
29. Man, we actually could stretch this to a third show, Suave. And I wouldn't be mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. I'm gonna ride with whatever it is you pick.
Let's get through because it's so near and dear to both of our hearts for various reasons. Let's get through 32 and then we can take it back for the because then we got to get to the 2-night shows after 34 anyway.
Right.
All right, so 29. 29 was interesting to say the least, but we also had some heaters. The Shield in their first WrestleMania match, taking on the Big Show, Randy Orton and Sheamus, Mark Henry and Ryback. Team Hell No. If you thought Daniel Bryan was getting active and you hated his guts, you couldn't help but cheer his ass while being alongside Kane. They were a dysfunctional family, and they defeated Big E and Dolph Ziggler with AJ Lee in the corner for the WWE Tag Team Championship. In his WWE debut, Chris Jericho was defeated by Fandango. Johnny Curtis?
Mm-hmm.
For the for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jack Swagger, who was a Money in the Bank winner, loses his championship to Alberto Del Rio. CM Punk is one of the tombstones on the streak. In a no holds barred match, in his second match out back-to-back, Paul Heyman accompanies Brock Lesnar, who was defeated by Triple H.
That never should have happened.
I totally agree. Because Triple H was supposed to retire after that match, and he won.
I don't give a damn where he was going to retire. He was going to make chili. He shouldn't have beat Brock Lesnar.
Not Mania.
Not in that situation.
No, not at all. And this is Lesnar's return from the UFC.
When Cena ends up losing to The Rock at 28, the next night, that's when Lesnar comes back.
And speaking of Cena and The Rock, Cena and Rock 2, WWE Championship, The Rock is defeated by John Cena. Which, how else is that supposed to end?
I'm going Cena Rock because, one, I ain't heard nothing else that gives me MVP vibes. Of course, it's just more box office. It's a pass the torch moment. It's solidifying Cena as a Mount Rushmore talent. It's the first time you did a 1-year build. Or was the first match a 1-year build?
So the first match was, I think, started Survivor Series because they were once in a lifetime with the tag team match. And then you got to that match. But this match had a 1-year build too.
And I feel like, and this is where I might be getting shit mixed up, where the next night after 27, Rock and Cena have a face-off.
On Raw?
Yeah. And end up setting the match up for basically WrestleMania next year. And then that's where he doesn't come back till November to do, the whole Survivor Series thing, because him and Cena end up teaming against R-Truth and Miz and so forth and whatnot. I don't remember exactly what The Rock did with WWE after WrestleMania 29.
Oh, I can tell you. That's when he came out with Ronda Rousey.
No. I mean, just in terms of immediately after 29.
Oh, yeah. Because
Rousey's at 31.
Yeah, because I'm about to say. So my thing with this one is the reason why Rock got MVP got MVP with Good Try Terry in 19 ain't the same reason he's getting MVP in 29.
Okay.
It's two different Rocks, and the Impact were two different things in two different eras.
Okay, I'm listening.
No, I'm saying we getting bigger money. Like the fact that you got a 1-year build 2 years in a row for a world championship with your top dog, with your face that runs the place. That's a different level of money. That's Brock Lesnar money right there that you be bringing in the box office. That's Tribal Chief box office money that you setting up for a year. You're selling tickets a year in advance off of you saying what you're going to after you calling your shot.
This is also one of the first times you get the fan base echoing frustration about part-timers. Like, who's the bigger star? Answer that question first. But yeah, there's no picking another MVP. There's nobody else on the list that either generated commerce or generated buzz or had crossover appeal or put the product in a better light. Like, as a matter of fact, I didn't even hear a whole bunch of celebrity involvement. So like, this is a stretch of they're just leaning on the product itself.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I'll do you one better. I was on the road during this WrestleMania. And I cared not to find. In fact, oh God, I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, during this WrestleMania, and I had to be subjected to using my computer to watching this, and not on pay-per-view, but I did watch it live. If you feel what I'm saying, but let church say,
yeah, those were the days.
Those were the days. This was in MetLife. This is the first one in the New York tri-state area. You know, outside.
Yeah, y'all tried that outside in April. Like, that's different when you're in that particular part of the world.
The only celebrity involvement that I remember of this one was Living Color performing Cult of Personality for Punk, and Baby Oil Man doing a medley, or like I want to say that was 3 or 4 songs.
Yo,
and that was it.
Wasn't Machine Gun Kelly a part of that too?
I don't remember if he was or not.
I feel like he did at least one song, or was a part of it, or was on some hype man stuff, whatever the case may be.
Like coming out with him, I think. He definitely wasn't like the main line, if you will.
No.
Yeah.
Because he's got Cena's theme song in one of those situations. Like, there's one of his songs is like the precursor to Cena's entrance or something to that effect. But again, this era, the 20s of WrestleManias. Boy, you better know what you're doing when you push play on these.
Well, it's funny that the 20s are coming to the end, because here we are at 30 in New Orleans. The biggest thing, there's 2 major things that happened here.
Okay.
Number 1, it was the end of the streak. Number 2, and only because we can say it's the end of the streak, this is the very first WrestleMania that we got over the top.
The WWE Network. I watched this live on my iPad because I was outside moving around.
And if I'm not mistaken, I was shooting you text messages on this one.
Probably.
And it was for a couple of reasons, but I had to check on my Saha, but it was special for you. But we got it on the network, and we were geeked about the network.
Yeah, the network. I mean, look, if you could jump back in a time machine and go back to any point of wrestling and being able to absorb and
digest
content, that was probably magnum opus.
Everybody who loved wrestling had to be a part of getting the WWE Network. There was no password sharing. You did your due diligence. It was $9.99 per month. You were getting
the original $9.99 WWE Network is what we love and what we need.
If it came to your town for a house show or a Monday Night Raw, you got discounted tickets with your email address because they already had data capture. The interface was smooth as baby ass.
Shout out to the MLB Network who helped put that together.
Man.
Network.
And rest in peace to the MLB Network now, as MLB.TV has now been absorbed on ESPN Plus.
I just want Tony Khan to do an AEW version.
We'll talk about that. Remind me to when we talk about the earnings, we will bring that up.
Oh, there's a whole lot to talk about with that, but yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, we got at least we got episodes in the can. This is beautiful work. Let's see here. Imagine Dragons, Kid Rock, Eminem, all were at WrestleMania for this one.
See,
those they had the theme, like official theme song, should I say? But this was also the top of the mountain for the Yes Movement, as we had Daniel Bryan defeat Triple H and Batista, and then go on to defeat Randy Orton later in the show. So the show kicks off with a triple threat match. No, I'm sorry. It was just the Batista, not Triple H. It was Batista and Randy Orton, and then he goes on to defeat Triple H. It was like an old 8-bit Nintendo video game version of a WrestleMania main event. But those are like the culmination of the Yes Movement, like fan involvement, actually helping dictate and predict or predicate the outcome of a situation.
Okay.
Versus the utter and sheer shock. Rest in peace, Rage Almighty. He was in my house during this. The silence of the Yes Movement. I'm sorry, the silence of the streak when Brock Lesnar pinned Undertaker for the 1, 2, 3. Not going through the whole card. Those are your MVPs, and you can pick one.
I'm taking Lesnar and Undertaker because Lesnar got more money after that than anybody in the history of getting money in professional wrestling. He turned himself into an attraction and stood on it for the rest of his career.
The way Brock Lesnar got money during that time and up until WrestleMania this year, 42, 13 WrestleManias later, 12 WrestleManias later. Yeah, 12 WrestleManias later. The way he got money for 12 WrestleManias after that, and 12 WrestleMania seasons after that.
12 WrestleManias, 12 SummerSlams, 12 Survivor Series, 12 Royal Rumbles.
And maybe a total of 12 Monday Night Raws and maybe 5 SmackDowns in that time frame.
Do you know that Brock Lesnar's career that spans over 20 years, he has less than 500 matches wrestled?
To put that in perspective, Shelton Benjamin, John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, all from the same class of OVW.
Facts.
One of these is not like the other.
Listen. You can make a real strong case for Lesnar being on Mount Rushmore.
For a couple of different reasons. Because we gave your qualifications for Mount Rushmore, right? It's not being the best. It's about the impact that you had on a cultural phenomenon during the time frame in which you existed.
Favorite work rate is like favorite MC. It's subjective to what bars you like to hear. So if somebody's a submission wrestler and you like grappling, that's going to be your GOAT, but that's subjective to what you like. Same thing with an MC. Dude's really technical, doesn't have a lot of, finer points of delivery, but you like the lines because, of what the dude says. Same. What you cannot argue with are results, numbers, commerce, revenue, merchandise, ratings. Like
Brock Lesnar wasn't a face or a heel. He was an attraction. Once Suplex City happened, every city became Suplex City by merch for 5 years.
We stood on a lot of business with Brock Lesnar. Sometimes to the seemingly detriment to the product, but obviously not, because it kept working. And now we're at a point where Lesnar takes the baton from the part-timer baton from The Rock, and says, watch this. That man wrestled less than five. Do you understand? That man wrestled less than 500 matches over 20 years, and probably now with the money counted averaged to more than $1 million per.
Brock Lesnar is the reason we stopped giving a shit about the 30-day defense rule.
Fam.
He was only defending him at the Big Four.
Oh no, I got that math wrong. That he's not 500 million up, but she might as well be at this point. Hey, look, if they paid him in some TKO stock or some WWE stock a couple times, he might be 500 plus.
If you can start WrestleMania and be home before it's over with,
fam. Hey, on the cool though, can you imagine if, when Lesnar's doing these one match deals or these 1 year deals, and he just starts to say, give me half cash, half stock?
I can't imagine it. I'm sitting here thinking about this right now, because you know how I like to dibble in the market. I'm like, damn.
Hey, look, matter of fact, since we on the subject, if they come knocking at your door, we're talking to WWE talent, all our homies. If anybody come knocking at your door asking about a pay cut, tell them to take your pay cut and transfer it into stock. You can pay me half.
That's fine. That's actually almost as good as saying I'll take half of it in Bitcoin.
You said that's where the idea came from. Shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. Jr.
Because otherwise you can offer half.
That part.
Yeah. So it goes without saying, we take it.
Two more.
So hold on. So long-term benefit to the business, to self, and to how business will be done for the foreseeable future, especially considering who's at the top right now. This is your daily acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar Undertaker is your MVP of WrestleMania 30. But a very close second, it's only a close second because his career is over, would be the rise of the rise of Daniel Bryan, because he had already won a world championship, but because of how he lost to Sheamus and the Yes movement and the fact that he was shafted, he should have won he should have won the Royal Rumble that year and didn't.
The fan empowerment era became a thing because of Daniel Bryan. Like, fans literally hijacking shows became a thing once Daniel Bryan's connection with the fans did what it did. So,
but all we got out of fans hijacking shows at this point is knowing songs and chanting soccer chants because of things that happen overseas.
They've gone back into being complacent. Like, American crowds don't hijack shows anymore. American crowds try to mimic European crowds.
unless we're in the crowd and then we turn up.
I mean, but we're different. But like, had DB been able to get more money for a longer amount of time and stay injury free, might be a different answer. Lesnar,
but the award for staying sucker free goes to Brock Lesnar.
Can't say, talk about it.
The front office came to him, allegedly, for things that are not to be talked about. That doesn't happen without you having stock.
Lesnar main evented the next 6 or 7 WrestleManias off of this.
In and out of the ring. Talk about it.
He was either upper card or the main event as champion for, like, let's say 5 out of 6.
Brock Lesnar is the last standing member of the Vince McMahon front office.
Yo. That just got dark.
WrestleMania 31, Levi's Stadium, Santa Clara, California.
Talk about it.
This is the first time we saw a crazy ass RKO since Kofi, since Evan Bourne, and we thought because Randy won this match that meant absolutely nothing with J&J Security at ringside that we wouldn't get anything. This is also Sting's debut at WrestleMania.
Aha.
Grand opening, grand closing for Sting for the wrong reasons. I hate it.
We didn't do anything we were supposed to do with Sting.
And we got the NWO out of this in this match. We got DX in this match. Which, ironically, DX was birthed from the DX that we got in WrestleMania was birthed from the creation of the NWO. At any rate, Cena wins the U.S. Championship, and this is when we start the U.S. Open Challenge. U.S. Championship Open Challenge.
Okay, like that.
As he defeated Rusev.
Rugi.
But man, first of all, it's the second WrestleMania in a row Bray Wyatt takes an L, and it's the WrestleMania. He takes an L to the Undertaker, so Undertaker has to come back from the streak. There's no way Taker's losing 2 in a row. We just can't do it. But we get to the money though.
But that's why Sting was the opponent. That's why.
Yeah, Sting should have been inside with Bray Wyatt. Or, no, I'm sorry. Sting should have been inside with Taker because this was the only shot you had.
That's it. Get pissed off just thinking about it. Who was responsible for this?
And that would have been the MVP because it would have been the only time it would have ever happened.
With your bum ass.
Regardless of the outcome. However, let's get to this money because this is the first time we have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Put a quarter into the coin slot. A new player has entered the match. Seth Rollins cashes in. The crowd goes ape shit, and he curb stomps Brock Lesnar to take the 1, 2, 3. Of course, the Shield is broken up by now. But Seth cashed in to get his Money in the Bank, or cashed his contract to get his first World Championship. It does it against Brock Lesnar.
You know what? I'm not even going to waste no time trying to find another MVP because this is the first of 11 WrestleMania main events for Roman Reigns.
Talk about it.
This is the first ever cash in of a Money in the Bank at a WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania.
This is top 3 cash-ins of all time. Top 3, not 3. This is also probably the best ending of a WrestleMania ever.
It's iconic, especially for someone who was earlier on in the card and you completely forgot about. Edge was good about that shit too. Edge was good about making you forget that he was on the card and then cashing in later.
True. It's just we've seen people try to book things that replicate that same energy, and WWE is no exception. When they find something that works, they run it into the ground until it no longer operates. Yeah. But this was cool because it was the first. It was the first time it was done in a really cool way, regardless of why it was done that way. You got that story between those 3 people continued to be told over the next 5 to 10 years, and 2 of them are still.
I'm about to say we 5 to 10 shit. We're working on 15.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that
because I can the Undertaker HBK retirement is going to happen between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I feel it.
Really?
I think. I mean, I don't think. I think because those two, like, you know, like the same era, or Undertaker, Triple H, even like the end of the era, they're going to signify the end of an era when next time they battle at WrestleMania, because it won't be next year, but whenever it happens, that's going to signify the end of an era.
I can see that. I can see that being like the end of. I don't even know what you would call their era, but yeah, I could see.
Uncle Triple H call it the reality era.
Look, they've renamed several different eras during that reality era, so I'm good on that.
The renaming era.
Boy.
Hey, another luchador name you forgot about, Kalisto.
Mystico.
Mystico's still active right now. He doing numbers.
I mean, I'm certain and hopeful that all of them are still active. It's just ain't none of them replace Rey Mysterio. The main event is the MVP. I ain't even gonna hold you.
This is a really, really easy one here. WrestleMania 32. You were there. I was supposed to be there. AT&T Stadium, the house that Jerry built, was bum ass. And
Jerry World.
2016, I am a week removed from knee surgery, and I'm limping around my house. And we had just had one of the most epic takeovers the night before, as we had Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Sami Zayn. The New Day came out wearing Bootio. I came out of a Bootio's box wearing Dragon Ball Z gear.
You got to be really careful how you say the name of that cereal. Just take it easy.
Bootio.
I don't know if that made it any better, but yeah, go ahead.
This was the arena or the stadium to finally eclipse the Silver Dome, or the alleged Silver Dome record of 93,000 in WrestleMania 3.
Yep.
This was also the beginning of a long, long day of WrestleMania. And it was not good. It was not good. It was in excess of 7 hours with the pre-show. And your main event, to me, I don't know. I mean, just because of our criteria, and it's only because of one person. Roman Reigns defeating Triple H for the World Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship. Also on the card, though, Chris Jericho and AJ Styles, great match. What you would expect from WWE was AJ's first WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar defeats Dean Ambrose.
They beat him. The suplex counter for Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar was hilarious.
It's definitely.
I don't think they showed that on the telecast, but inside AT&T Stadium on the gigantic screen, they started a suplex counter. And oh my God, it was.
Yeah, it was. I think it was in the bottom right hand corner, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, we got full screen. Hilarious.
Oh man.
What else on that card? Oh, The Rock and Bray Wyatt had a impromptu.
Well, Eric Rowan, but yeah, they had a. That was The Rock, because The Rock got hurt or something.
And Cena was hurt, and that's what it was. Cena was hurt, came back, and they had The Rock and Cena had a thing. Well, I think Bray Wyatt was injured and didn't get well enough in time to have a WrestleMania match, so he got that segment.
Yeah, the segment, yeah.
That's where The Rock's doing that trippy voice, talking about they're all getting high going to Cracker Barrel. Oh, I'm gonna go to Cracker Barrel. Yeah, it was a good piece of business. Everybody was excited about it. Like the whole impromptu match to break the fastest pin in WrestleMania history, the return of Cena. You know what? I never really thought about how much I feel cheated for the fact that Cena, nor Rock, nor Rollins, nor Bray Wyatt wrestled at the WrestleMania I was at.
But you did get Taker versus Shane McMahon Hell in a Cell.
And I didn't want that either. Oh, but if we're gonna play the whole Easter egg situation, Shane essentially foreshadowed what happened to Vince. Because the whole premise of that match was
Pandora's box.
I have a Pandora's box of stuff you don't want to get out. So either I'm going to run Raw or I'm going to tell everything. And then Vince says, I'm going to sick the Undertaker on you for Hell in a Cell. So basically Shane gets his trial by fire to where if he wins, he's going to run Raw and he's going to open Pandora's box. If he loses, the box disappears. There was never any resolution to that story. But if you feel like art imitates life and life imitates art, eventually Pandora's box flew open and you figured out what was in there.
FAFO.
Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot.
So because of the lasting impact of WrestleMania, Reigns for Triple H, I got Roman Reigns for the Roman Reigns Triple H for the MVP.
What else is on that card? The
League of Nations versus the New Day.
You get a Steve Austin situation with that.
Baron Corbin wins the Andre to become bum ass Corbin that summer. Like, that's nuts. The Usos defeating the Dudleys. No titles on the line, mind you. Total Divas versus Team Bad. Zack Ryder winning an Intercontinental Championship at Mania in a ladder match.
Sentimental moment.
Cool moment, but what did it do?
Because that title reign didn't last long. He lost it the next night.
Next night. Yep. And all he got was that cool ass picture of him mimicking Scott Hall with Scott Hall.
Yeah. Hey yo.
So yeah, I that's all we could do for that one.
There's no other matches on that card.
I can run the whole card down to you.
Probably, yeah. Just gratification.
Usos and Dudley Boys was a pre-show match. Zack Ryder winning the IC title. Jericho, AJ. League of Nations versus New Day. Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose. Chick Flair versus Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. That should be it. But the impact. If there were impact, we'd still be feeling it right now. We're not. Only one of those people are stock up. Two of them are we haven't seen in that form since then. Taker, Michaels, Baron Corbin, Kane, Eric Roman with the 3-second tan because of The Rock and Cena, and then Roman Reigns versus Triple H. That's your card. All that with the pre-show matches took 7 hours.
So, here's what I'll say. That triple threat for the women, that might be equally as worthy of an answer, because you got another WrestleMania main event out of 2 of the 3. You got the first African American women's main event out of the other. There's a lot of significant history that comes from those 3 people. Like, significant. We advanced. Matter of fact, this is the official end of the Divas era.
You're right. This is the end of the Divas era, because this was the match to crown the WWE Women's Championship, and we have not gone back to a Divas era since. I'm not mad at this, Suave. 14-time world champion and Chick Flair.
Becky Lynch's run as the man is self-explanatory.
Ultimo Monet is born because of this. She goes on the main event night 1 of 37 with, oh man, with Bianca, man. Oh man.
I'm just talking about what I'm talking about.
That's not one of the best matches in WrestleMania history. It's not top 5, but it's one of my favorite. Like, it's one of my top 5 favorite matches because, dog, we back outside. Number one, this is the first WrestleMania post pandemic, and we still at 25% capacity outside in the rain
In Florida,
it's a cleansing in Florida. And the vibe is so strong. You can feel it through the damn television. Yeah. That's that one hits me right here when you think about, and not for nothing, I can't stand this Becky Lynch, this version of Becky. I can't stand Methy Stench. I can't stand her.
that means it's working.
I told you the same thing episode 30 about bum ass Corbin. When I think I hate somebody and I can't hate him anymore, I turn the corner on him. Bum ass Corbin was born, and I turned the corner on him immediately. Becky Lynch is working. I will never like this version of Becky Lynch. Put a pin in that because I won't. However, what she's doing for the Intercontinental Championship is more than what anybody else is doing for the Women's World Championships. You can quote me on that one.
So all I'm saying is just you got a lot of money and made a lot of headway from the people involved in that match, and that match wasn't bad either.
Becky Lynch wants the Intercontinental Championship or wanted the Intercontinental Championship more than she wanted the World Championship. And she won it what, twice? Well, once at Mania. Or was it twice at Mania? I know once for sure.
Wait, ask me this again.
Becky Lynch winning the World Championship at Mania.
So we got Becky 2 belts, and then the Bianca thing was at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and so was the AJ thing was for the IC title.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So I think just once, but still.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we're talking about different types of titles and the title doesn't make the person makes the title. Becky is making the Intercontinental Championship feel more important than the Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't happen without this match happening.
I'm really more inclined. I'm more inclined to take that match than Roman versus Triple H. Like,
hold on. I'm about to give you the exclamation point on this one, Suave. Evolution doesn't happen without this match.
You got a whole nother brand of pay-per-view off of the back of this. Like, that's 3 of the 4 horsewomen. Like, those women walked you out of the Stone Age when it comes to women's wrestling and brought you all the way up into main event territory.
Suave,
if it starts here.
If this is what birthed Evolution, the pay-per-view, what don't we see?
If it doesn't birth Evolution,
mm-hmm.
Well, we never get Rhea and Io. We never get Naomi's cash in. We never get Naomi versus Jade Cargill. We never get. There's a lot of Charlotte and Becky we don't get. Yeah, it's just. I mean, there's a lot,
and this is the second one that Suave is talking about.
There's only been 2 of them, but when you think about it, there's been a whole lot of activity in those 2 that is historically, relevant.
7 years apart, and the appeal didn't it was like the old school pandemic cards when they shortened the cards. It didn't look good on paper, but I'll be damned if it wasn't a great watch.
And I'm sticking with that.
Ronda Rousey defeating Nikki Bella for the Raw Women's Championship. and Nikki Bella only had the championship as long as she did to erase AJ Lee's record. That was it. Ronda Rousey came to snatch that. Give me that. Chick Flair loses to Becky Lynch in the last women's standing match. Give me that. Shayna Baszler defeats Kairi Sane by a technical submission for the NXT Women's Championship match. Give me that. These are your main events of the first Evolution. The reason why you want Toni Storm on your TV now, Evolution.
I mean,
I'm cool. We can stop at 32. We'll go 33 through 42. Next time we reconvene, we convene and bring me your dinner bucket. Let the church say,
hey, man.
That's a harken back to a previous season. If you're a real pencil push, you know what we're talking about. Suave.
Yeah.
I just want to tell the people that if you want to tap in with us, if you got your MVPs, want to talk about it, show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. It's at brokenpencilbc on all things social, at brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything.
And everything. Take them to the house.
Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then
tell that friend this.
If you fuck with me, shut the fuck up and listen to the bars.
Then what else you tell
tell
her?
that friend again. Heads up, pencils down.
Right on, man.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.